It's only been a matter of weeks since agents arrived in BizChat, and already the feature set of what you could do in the Agent Builder experience is growing to add more value for business users. In this video, let's explore some of the new capabilities that have been added to Agent Builder, and with some exciting recent announcements from Microsoft about who will be able to access agents in the coming months, these features may have much more impact than you would imagine. But first, a quick introduction. My name is Nick DeCourcy. I'm a consultant who specialises in helping smaller businesses get the best from AI. Check out the links below if you're interested in learning more about me or my services. And as always, if this video was useful to you, please give it a like to help it get in front of more interested people. And if you want to see more, please do subscribe. Code Interpreter brings some exciting new options to Copilot agents that essentially gives your agents the ability to build and run sandboxed Python code for purposes such as graphing. If you've tried this out over on ChatGPT, where Code Interpreter has been an option for a pretty long while now, then we're now essentially getting the feature in Copilot. Here you can see Code Interpreter in an agent building a word cloud. You get image output into your chat, and you can also peek at the code the agent has used to build the image. One big caveat though, at the time of recording this video, you can access Code Interpreter in agents, but not in the main BizChat product. I'm unsure if that is by design, something that is rolling out, or some other issue, but I was surprised to find that this is the case. When building an agent, you can add Code Interpreter capability by just flipping this switch in the Agent Builder. If you're looking for more of a primer on the Agent Builder itself, I'll drop a link to my recent video overviewing the Agent Builder in the description for you. Once you've activated this switch, Code Interpreter is active in your agent. Another thing you can do with this is to create graphs. So let's have Code Interpreter build a simple graph in chat. I can even, now I've got the graph, push it into a Copilot page to share with others if I want. However, as I've noted, Code Interpreter doesn't seem to work yet directly in BizChat. So if I'm working in BizChat and I've referenced some files and I want to use Code Interpreter, is there anything that I can do? Well, I can just loop an agent with Code Interpreter into my BizChat conversation. Here I've asked BizChat to give me a summary of a basic Excel spreadsheet containing some sales data. It provides a text summary. If I want a graph, I can @mention an agent with Code Interpreter turned on and just continue the conversation. It knows the context, so can follow along. In this case, I want a graph showing sales by location. It goes ahead and loops in that data from the chat and creates the graph. And if you want to be sure, you can check the Python code and check the source looks like the one you want. You can activate Code Interpreter in declarative agents built in the Agent Builder in BizChat as I showed you, or when adding capabilities to a declarative agent built in code. We do not yet have the ability to turn this on in agents built in Copilot Studio, and just yet you cannot use this feature in the Copilot sidecar in apps such as Word or PowerPoint, just from BizChat. Next, let's look at templates. But first, as more businesses embrace AI or are impacted by AI through their employees using their own AI tools, finding ways to bring AI users up to speed on its risks and how to mitigate them is essential. My new on-demand course, Responsible AI for Business Users, gives you an overview of AI safety and responsible use across 7 modules and easily digestible bite-sized videos of 10 minutes or less. You will learn why generative AI makes mistakes, how to identify those errors, and how to ensure your proprietary data or private information stays safe when using AI. You don't want to be the next cautionary tale for what can go wrong with AI, and risk the reputational damage, the business challenges, or even the financial impact that can result. Ensure you and your team are equipped with the knowledge that can help you stay safe and use AI responsibly. Check out the link down below to find out more about responsible AI for business users. When agents were first made available, Microsoft released a number of its own agentic creations, both to be useful for certain tasks for users, but also to act as inspiration for those making agents. The instructions for these have actually been available publicly on GitHub since their release, and we've looked at these before in videos here. However, taking that inspiration has now been made even easier by the inclusion of a new templates feature in the Agent Builder, where you could just select from a limited selection of these agents and start modifying their instructions. Do you want a writing coach agent, but for your brand style? You got it. Just start with Microsoft's and build from there. You don't need to build in chat though. In the configuration section, you can view all the instructions and modify them as much as you want. You can add knowledge, and you can turn on capabilities. You can customize the agent exactly to your liking. I'm not sure Microsoft has really released any information on this new feature, but given that the templates they have added are tagged as Microsoft, I can imagine this means their intention is to allow for third-party templates, or maybe even an in-house catalogue of agent templates you can publish for your users. I'm interested to see where this goes, as agent templates generally would make a lot of sense, not just in BizChat, but across the product. Recently I was chatting with a client who does work across multiple states in the US, and his industry has compliance standards that vary depending on the state the customer is in. A compliance helper agent is logical for his needs, but in order to scope it properly, it actually makes more sense to separate the state-by-state standards into different knowledge sources and have a compliance helper agent per state. This, in my view at least, minimises the potential for error due to incorrect grounding. In this sort of arrangement, a generalised compliance helper template would be really useful and make it super easy to stand up a new one each time a customer was acquired in a new state. However, just yet, I'm guessing at Microsoft's intent here, as they have not, to my knowledge, shared their direction for Agent Builder templates. Do you think user-created templates would be useful? Let me know in the comments. Lastly for this video, I want to look into some announcements that Microsoft has made recently for its picture of its new agentic Copilot world, where the possession of a Microsoft 365 Copilot license, something a lot of business users still see as an expensive investment, is going to be a lot less critical in getting value from Microsoft's AI. While BizChat is and has only been available to those with Microsoft 365 Copilot licenses, Microsoft Copilot, with the added surety offered by Enterprise Data Protection, has been available to any user logged in with an Entra ID, what is also known as a work or school account, right the way back to when it used to be called BingChat. There have been two significant differences between that thrown in for free AI chat experience and the full BizChat experience available to Microsoft 365 Copilot users. First, BizChat can reference your Microsoft 365 files, and secondly, it has been the base for Copilot's extensibility offerings, first with plugins and more recently with declarative agents. In January, this is going to change. All free-tier Microsoft Copilot users are going to see a change in name when it becomes Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat. I won't dwell on the potential for confusion here, but yes, yet another name change. And a new capability will be that all users can now access declarative agents. Free users will be able to use, for free, basic agents that contain instructions or grounding on web content, but not grounding from Microsoft 365 data. However, it's also been announced that you'll be able to give those free users metered access to those full Microsoft 365 Copilot enabled agents. The scope of this isn't immediately clear as to whether this just refers to Microsoft 365 grounding or to Actions 2, or whether this is simply a reinforcement of the recently added pay-as-you-go billing for Copilot Studio custom agents. But all should become clear soon, as this is slated to happen in January. Alongside this, Microsoft has also announced a free promotional trial of SharePoint agents for organisations with at least 50 paid Microsoft 365 Copilot licenses that will take place during the first half of 2025. The promotion gives organisations 10,000 messages with those SharePoint agents each month, but also indicates that if organisations want additional capacity, pay-as-you-go billing will come to SharePoint agents too. As it stands, those are definitely not custom agents from Copilot Studio, so there must be new billing features Microsoft is intended to roll out to support this change. Is this a good move from Microsoft? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. My take is that there may be people who would be light users of Microsoft 365 Copilot, who are perhaps seen as bad investments for ongoing licenses, who could make good use of agents. However, I could also see a scenario where if you're about to pull the trigger on buying a bunch of M365 Copilot licenses with a 12-month commitment, you might want to wait to see what pay-as-you-go access to agents actually looks like, particularly if extensibility is a big reason for your interest in buying Copilot. Let me know how you're making use of these new features and how you're planning for these product changes down in the comments. Thanks for watching through to the end. Until the next video, bye bye.